Okay, hi guys, Whispering Willow here, coming at you with another reading. So for this reading, we're going to focus on your April 2020 predictions. So just as usual, you go ahead and either pick by a pile or pick by a stone or crystal that I've laid out. So on pile number 1, this is the Spirit Quartz. I just got this today. It's so beautiful. Look at that. Okay, so that's pile 1. Pile 2 is the black tourmaline. Pile 3, true selenite. Oh, there we go. And pile 4, I actually don't know what stone this is. It's a gift from a friend of mine, and I've had it for quite a while now. If anyone knows what it is, that's dirt. Please feel free to tell me in the comments below. Alright, so go ahead and pause the video, meditate, see which one you're drawn to the most, and we'll go ahead and get started. Alright, pile number 1, if you chose this pile, you chose the Spirit Quartz. Now, for those of you who are interested, the Spirit Quartz has to deal with illumination, the progress of relationships, especially with spiritual development. This helps with maintaining and getting a healthy relationship with others. And also, when we're done revealing these cards, I'm also going to pull you guys a spirit animal to help you through, to help guide you through your April of 2020. Okay, so let's go ahead and start down here. Okay, your first card, 7 of Chalices or 7 of Cups reversed. And this card means confusion and being stagnant, immobility, not knowing where to go. I'm almost feeling like with you guys, it's almost like you're being pulled. Like one person has one hand and the other person has the other, and they're pulling you back and forth. Okay, your second card is the Knave or Page of Wands, and this has to deal with being reckless. And I feel like with you guys, this has to do specifically, it's almost like a fuck you attitude. Sorry, YouTube, deal with it. Yeah, it's almost like that kind of attitude. It's almost like, no, it's like you get fed up with something and then it's like, okay, well, fine, we're just going to do this. You know, that kind of vibe. And then got the Tower, which I've talked about this card a lot in the past. This has to do with crisis from one specific event. There was one specific event that happened, and that event it was unplanned. You don't know what to do about it, and I feel like that this is more external than internal for you guys. Okay, and then we've got the Circle, which for traditional tarot, this is the Hangman reverse. And traditionally, okay, sorry about that. I got a phone call right in the middle of my reading. So what I was saying, the Circle, it was in reverse. The Circle with traditional tarot means the Hanged Man. So in this deck, the Circle has to do with setting up a safe space, a sacred space, a place that you feel like you have, how do I word this? No limitations, a place that you can be your true self, especially with it being upright. But with it being reversed, it's the exact opposite. Usually when you have a sacred space to do energy work, it's peaceful, it's quiet, it's just a place that you feel safe. And I feel like that this is the exact opposite for you. And when it comes to traditional tarot, the Hanged Man has to deal with sacrificing himself needlessly and being in suspension, that sort of thing. So you're in suspension, and you also don't have the safe space set up right now, or in the upcoming month, to be specific. Then your final card is the Ace of Water. So whenever you deal with a water card or a cup, it has to deal with intense emotion, and also in this case it has to deal with a relationship. With it being reversed, it means that you're not giving a relationship that you're in currently time to blossom. And especially when you like take everything else into consideration, you you are confused about the situation that you're in, about this relationship. You have so many people telling you, oh, don't do this, don't do that, but so logically you're being told one thing, but with your heart you're being told another. And this is telling me too, like, maybe you're letting your temper take the best of you, especially with this card. The Page or Knave of Wands has to, any kind of wand card has to deal with fire, and fire has to deal with action, and you're taking that action recklessly. Like I was saying earlier, it's almost like a big fuck you to whoever is causing you this conflict. Maybe it's like your mother or a best friend or what have you. You've got this conflict, this crisis going on, and you want to make this one person that you're really close with happy, but at the same time you're wanting this relationship that you're in, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic relationship. It could be a new friendship. It could even be a job that you're at that you love, but your family thinks you shouldn't be doing. It's that kind of feel. I feel like, though, it has to deal more with relationships. But once again, it doesn't have to be romantic. So that's what's going on in April for you. You've got this conflict. You've got one person tugging you one way and another person tugging you another, and it's just a constant battle, and you're being reckless, and you've got a temper. Like, okay, fine, like I was saying, F you. And also at the same time, it's like, you guys should want me to be happy. Why aren't you guys not letting me have this happiness? Okay, so let's look at the oracles. Breakthrough. Higher ground. It's just funny that the higher ground one is right above the one that I was saying you're losing your temper. And acceptance of love. Okay, so the oracles are telling you that there's going to be a breakthrough. So maybe this is what's going on currently, and this is going to be in April. Yeah. Or it's going to happen soon, and this is going to happen by the end of April. So the oracles want you to know, especially with this being above this card, you yourself are going to have a breakthrough. And also the people who are giving you this conflict, they're going to have a breakthrough too. They're going to see how just free she is and how happy. They're going to see that this is you. And they're going to have that breakthrough and go, okay, we want your happiness. And you're also going to have a breakthrough too. You yourself are going to have a breakthrough on how to handle this situation. But, your guides, the spirits are really wanting you to know, you guys have got to keep the high ground. Do not let your temper get the best of you. If you do, you're not going to have this breakthrough. You're not going to have that acceptance that you're so desperately wanting your family to have. You need to keep the high ground and not lose your temper. I'm sorry, I just got information downloaded to me. It's almost like I'm getting a vibe of like a teenager almost that is in a relationship that her parents don't approve of. That's the kind of vibe I'm getting. And you need to keep the high ground and not lose your temper while trying to get your parents, what have you, realize, hey, this is what I want. This is what makes me happy. This is what I need. This is what I need to do. And just remember to keep the high ground and to not lose your temper. Because you will have that acceptance one way or another. It's going to happen. And this is my favorite card from this deck. It's so beautiful. Look at that. You are going to have that acceptance one way or another. Even if it feels like you're going to be pulling teeth, you're going to have that acceptance. Okay, so let's go ahead and look and see what the spirit animal is for you. Okay, so you got the shark. And the shark has to deal with purpose. So just know your heart's desire. Know your purpose. Know what you want. Don't change what you want to make other people happy. These people, if they truly care for you, they will see what makes you happy, and they will change their opinion about it eventually. The shark is also very silent when he's hunting. The shark is very patient and wise. The shark takes his time and knows what he needs to get and how to get it. So embody the shark. You know what? I'm actually going to, I feel like it's really important that I read from that book. Where did I put my book? There it is. See, it's number 36. Okay. Okay, so shark is purpose. You are perfectly formed to be who you were born to be. There is great power in keeping your focus. Procrastination is just another kind of fear, so keep moving forward. You are protected in a difficult task. So once again, like I was saying, the shark moves with purpose, and also take away from what I was saying too, not just from the book also. The shark is patient and doesn't strike unless need be. So remember to keep your temper in check, and you will get this outcome that you deserve and that you want. So just be patient and everything will turn out okay. So once again, to recap, you're being tugged left and right. One person's wanting one thing, this other person's wanting another, and you're just being pulled back and forth. Remember to keep your temper, keep the high ground, and eventually there will be a breakthrough and an acceptance. Okay, that's all I've got for you, pile number 1. I hope you have a great day, great weekend. Stay safe. Remember to wash your hands. And I will talk to you guys later. Bye. All right, let's go to pile number 2. All right, pile number 2. If you chose this pile, you chose the black, there we go, the black tourmaline. This is also one of my favorite stones. For those who are interested, black tourmaline is used for grounding. It's very popular amongst the metaphysical community because it repels negative energy, and it also can absorb it too. So that in conjunction with the selenite, which is over there, they're very great protection stones, especially if you're in the metaphysical field like I am. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Before I forget, I'm going to be drawing you a spirit animal card as well. I've already shuffled it and everything, so let's go ahead and get started. We will start down here. This is 3 of chalices or cups reversed, and this card means, you see how like they're having a great time and like a party? Well, with it being reversed, it means that an event or some particular situation went really bad for you, and it did not go as planned, and you're very disappointed in how it turned out. Okay, your second card. 9 of Swords. Okay. This directly has to deal with nightmares, especially with it being like this. You've been really having a hard time, haven't you? Okay, and then, yeah, okay. So 3 of Wands, or sorry, 9 of Wands has to deal with giving up too soon. So, there was one particular event, or there's going to be one particular event that really, really upset you, made you mad, really disappointed you, and you know, it almost kind of started this downward spiral. There we go. It's almost like it started a depressive episode, and so you got all these nightmares going on, and you're almost giving up too soon on something. I don't know what. I'm not going to delve into that. I just hiccuped and burped at the same time, so you know it's true. The energy's got to go somewhere. Okay, let's go ahead and look here. Oh, Elemental of Air. I do not know that card. Let's go ahead and read that real fast. Well, here, let's go ahead and look at it. Just looking at it, it's almost like it's warning you on something. See how she's got all these cards? She's warning you. Here, let's go ahead and take a look. See, where's my book? There it is. This is from the Book of Shadows Tarot, if anyone's interested. Okay, the element of air blows a bit of fresh insight into a situation. There is the potential for it to help cut to the chase and resolve things or add layers of complication. Be aware of it and use as best you can. Okay, let's go ahead and I think that it'll get clearer if I Mother of Water. Give me just a minute. I want to download. Okay, so the Mother of Water has to deal with nourishment. See how she's calling the rains to the land and how it's so, there we go. How it's, I was going to say dehydrated. The land is dehydrated, guys. But see how it's just so, I can't get it to focus like it, oh, there we go. There's a drought. And she's calling the water to get it nourished. So that's you. It's almost like, okay, so maybe it's almost like I'm getting like, maybe there was a family event that happened or something, or it's gonna happen. Something happened. It's not wanting to come to me. Give me just a minute. What is this? It's like you got in the middle of a fight almost. And this is with, I'm talking present, but this has to do with April. It's almost like you got into a fight and it really turned your world upside down, and it caused like so many nightmares. It's going to cause so many nightmares. And you're wanting to give up on something. I'm not going to delve into that. I mean, like, the first thing that comes to my mind is like literal give up. And I don't want to go there because YouTube doesn't like that. But it's important for you to know that even though these things happened, okay, like you had this event and it was going great and you were having a grand old time, but then it just got flipped over. So maybe like, I'm trying to think of something sudden, like a mother and father divorcing, or getting word that someone passed away, something very sudden and very traumatic like that. And so it flipped your world upside down. And it caused all kinds of nightmares to come to the surface. And because of that, and just a lot of depression, anxiety, and I feel like you're trying to save this situation, but you're wanting to give up. And it's important for you to remember, like I was saying earlier, the elements of air. Air can change things very easily. And you've got that power too. But it's important for you to know when to step back and let the dice fall where they may. You know what I mean? Like it was saying in the book. There we go. The air blows a bit of fresh insight into a situation, and there's a potential for it to help cut to the chase and resolve things, or add layers of complication. Be aware of this and use it to the best you can. So you've got this too, pile number 2. You've got this power that the element of air does too. But sometimes it's really important for you to remember the ramifications that can come with it. And it also is very important to remember that sometimes you just need to let the dice fall where they may. You can't change everything that comes. Sometimes you need to just let things happen and help people pick up where they left off, Lead with that nourishment that you have, like the mother of water has. Lead with that nourishment and help others heal. Because water is a very powerful element too. It can cause so much damage, but at the same time, it is very nourishing, like water helps keep us alive and helps us nourish our skin and our bodies, our mind and our soul. So be like water, be that nourishment. Don't go with that anger or that nightmare. Like, don't deny yourself those feelings. Obviously, don't deny that. But don't let it ground you either. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Okay, let's look at your oracles. Clear endeavor. Contemplation. And be in service. So yeah, like I was saying, like with these 2 cards here, be in service to those who need it. Obviously, like you've got that power and that potential, but don't use it haphazardly. Does that make sense? I probably said that really wrong, but take this time to contemplate everything that happened, because once again, sometimes they happen for a reason, and you can't change what happened. And clear endeavor. This card is telling me make sure you set forth your attentions carefully. Make a clear path. So either this has happened or it's going to happen very soon, and it's going to let's go ahead and recap. This has happened, I'm repeating myself, or it's going to happen soon. And when this does happen, it's going to really flip your world upside down, guys. And it's going to cause possibly a very bad mental state of mind. Take the time after this event happens to contemplate what happened, contemplate life and everything. Just take time to reflect inward, and then set that clear endeavor. Set forth what you want to do, and remember to be available for others. I feel like that this is going to really help you get through this. Whatever this is, it's really going to help you get through this. Just helping others get through it as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and look. The fruit bat, kindness. The fruit bat is, and the flying fox. They're also one of my power animals. And the fruit bat or flying fox, they are very family oriented. They really care a lot for their offspring. They will go the length to save their are they called cubs? I can't remember. But and they're very smart, intelligent creatures. They're very powerful too, and they're very fundamental to our ecosystem, especially in Australia. You know, like the flying fox is in Australia. See how you got the focus? It's not going to focus. But this flying fox specifically, I could be wrong, but I haven't seen one in America. I've seen them in Australia though, and they are so fundamental to the ecosystem in Australia that people are, and we should be too for bats here too, but people are literally fighting for these guys' survival because they help spread pollen, they help take care of mosquitoes, they help nourish trees and plants and everything. So this is you. This is you. This is the energy. It is not focusing. There we go. This is the energy, this spirit animal's energy that you need to encompass in your April pile number 2. Remember to lead with kindness. Remember to be nourishing for others. Don't let and this is going to sound really bad, please forgive me, but this is how it's being downloaded. Don't let your depression and your anxiety take you away from your higher calling. I'm going to go ahead and read from my book. Oh my gosh, that book has links. There it is. And that's like really rough to say it like that, but unfortunately that's how spirit is. Sometimes they're very blunt. Okay, so the fruit bat or the flying fox. Choose kindness, which isn't always the easy way. Kindness will always be repaid. Consider others in your decisions, especially those with less power than you. Repay your debts. Spread the seeds of goodwill and your fortunes will grow. So like I was saying, just remember to lead with kindness and spread your kindness around, because especially with these two cards together, pile number 2, this is such a nourishing card. It's a great card. It's a beautiful card. And that in conjunction with this, you are capable of great healing and lifting others up. But it's important for people to know that people like you, and I'm like this too, you get really weighted down with the situations that are going on in the world, especially with what we've got going on right now with the virus that's going on. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's the event that this is talking about, that virus really thrown you for a loop. So maybe it's that. And spirits want you to know, one way or another, whatever the event may be, that you cannot let your depression and your anxiety lead you away from your higher calling, which is helping others and being in service of others. Just remember to lead with kindness and have that endeavor that is so clear in front of you. Don't deny it. Just acknowledge your pain and your suffering, but don't let it weigh you down. All right, pile number 2. It's kind of all over a place for a few minutes, but partially my fault. I was trying to figure out a way to word that kindly. All right, so I hope that this resonated with you. And yeah, remember to stay safe and stay healthy, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye. Let's go to pile number 3. All right, pile number 3. Welcome. If you chose this pile, you chose the pile with the selenite crystal. I cannot say it, apparently. Selenite, for those of you who are curious, the metaphysical properties, it is a stone that or crystal that's used for soothing and bringing tranquility. It's also in conjunction with black tourmaline, which is that one. It's this one right here. In conjunction with this, it is a great protector. Selenite's also a natural cleanser. So if you have any other stones, if you just place selenite in the stone's vicinity, it will cleanse the stones for you instead of you having to do it. If you're wanting a stone like this, there is another kind of crystal out there that looks identical to this one, and that's called satin spar. But satin spar you cannot see through. This one you can just barely see. See how you can see the flame? With satin spar you can't see the flame. So that's how you can tell if it's true selenite. If you can see through it, it's true. Satin spar, it's also great, don't get me wrong, but it has completely different properties when it comes to the metaphysical realm. Okay, so anyway, now that you've had your rock lesson for the day, let's go ahead and get started with your reading for April. Your first card is the Ace or One of Chalices Cups. Okay, so this card, it means, we'll see how, like, instead of it being this way, generally with it being this way, you know, like your cup is full and things are equal playing field and that kind of stuff. With it being like this instantly tells me that you're giving away too much of yourself too quickly. Also, the direct meaning behind this card is a relationship not living up to the potential that you thought it would. And I feel like too, like this in that relationship specifically, you're giving away too much of yourself too quickly. Okay, your second card is the Stars, which this has to deal with cleansing and renewal. So maybe in April you, well, actually there is no maybe about it. You're going to. Everybody's going to have to retreat in and just be. And you're going to really do that in April. You're going to really retreat inward and refresh and renew yourself. Renew yourself. You got another Chalices card. 2 of Chalices. This has to do with lack of communication and one-sided communication specifically. So without looking at the other cards, this is telling me that with you retreating inward in April and being quarantined or whatever, there's going to be a lot of conflict with one specific person. There's going to be a lot of one-sided communication, and it's going to cause a lot of grief. You're just going to give and give and give and give until there's no more to give, and it's going to make you burn out. Yep. Okay, 5 of Fire. What is this? This is Jupiter. That's Jupiter. Upright, this is actually a very great card. But with it being reversed, it means that things are being blown out of proportion. So I'm just getting that there's going to be a lot of conflict. Okay. 3 of Water. Okay, sorry about that. I had to plug my phone in, and then I realized that my candles were needing to be replaced. Anyways, so this card, the 3 of Water, means lack of appreciation. Okay, so let's pick up from there. So the first thing that comes to my mind is with everybody having to retreat into their homes in April, because you either are doing it or you should be doing it. But we're not going to get into that right now. So with everybody retreating inward, you know, you're going to be doing that too. And when you do, there's going to be a lot of conflict with one specific person. So like I said earlier, with the 1 of Chalices, that means, you know, something not living up to your expectations, giving yourself away too much, too freely, etc., etc. This means retreat and renewal, one-sided communication, blowing things out of proportion, and lack of appreciation. So this could mean one of two things. One, This is either a very toxic relationship that you're in. So this person that you're with, whether it be a man or a woman, they could be just like piggyback on you to make their life easier, and they're just using you for every single bit that they can. Just take, and you're giving and giving, and you have been ignoring all the signs that the universe has laid out before you to stop doing that. So it could either be that, or you're retreating inward, like I was saying, and with you retreating in, you're having to retreat in with your partner or a friend, what have you. And there's just a lot of conflict. There's a lot of trying to make that other person happy. No matter how hard you try, you can't. And then you just like get at each other's throats like crazy. And then you guys just start to blow things out of proportion. You guys fight over the littlest things. And there's just a huge lack of appreciation on both of your guys' parts, not just one or the other. So maybe this one person is, good example, my husband, he is, works with hose, and I hate to say this, but I don't think that they're going to be closing down anytime soon. So because, you know, like the military need, because they make hose for the military, right? So they can't easily close down. So it would be something like that, like this other person, whether it be your partner, roommate, whatever, is still working and you're staying home and just taking care of the place and everything. There's a lack of appreciation on both of your guys' parts. It's not just you, it's not just them, it's both of you. So, like I was saying, it could be either you're in a toxic relationship and this person's just taking advantage of you, or you're in this relationship, be it platonic or whatever, and you guys are just at each other's throats because this is a very stressful time. Let's see what the oracles have to say. Okay, so illumination. When all this is done, I feel like maybe there's going to be a huge fight, and it's going to illuminate things for you. See how she's just staring at the full moon and the clouds are parting? After this event, whether it be a fight or what have you, you are going to have a clearer mind. And you need to trust yourself. Trust your understanding. Trust that you know what's right. And empowerment. So see how, like, this is literally Mother Nature, and it has all of her seasons, all of the elements. Either way, whatever situation this is, because like I was saying, this could be swing either way. Either way, there is going to be a huge amount of empowerment for you. So say that you're in that toxic relationship and you decide to break up, you're going to be stronger for it. Say you're in this relationship and you guys are just stressed at each other's throats, and you'll come to this illumination, you'll come to this understanding, you'll come to equal terms, and you'll have a really great talk. It's a huge positivity with either way is what I'm saying, because the relationship will be strong, you will be strong. Either way, it's going to be a great thing. Whew. I hate it when the spirits do that, when they start to talk really fast and it's like, okay, I can't keep up. Okay, so your spirit animal. Ooh, the wolf. You guys, all you guys are starting to get my power totems. Authenticity is what the wolf means. So the wolf is true to himself. The wolf is also a pack animal. So, and the wolf also, I mean, the wolf is still very playful, even though he's a very serious animal. He's still very playful, and he is true to himself, no matter what. Let's go ahead and read the book. Number 17. Okay. Discover who you really are by revealing your authenticity. This is always the best way. We all resonate a frequency. So if you're pretending to be someone you are not, you will keep attracting people with whom you do not resonate. It is necessary to negotiate a position with others sometimes, and there should be no anxiety about differences in opinion. So like I was saying, either, let's backtrack. Embrace the wolf and let the wolf guide you during this. The wolf will help you stay true to yourself and also teach you, because with spirit animals, the wolf teaches about family and how to not lose yourself in your family. So the wolf will teach you this. And at the same time too, don't be afraid to be different. Like I was saying earlier, either you're in this toxic relationship or you're just in a relationship that's stressed. One of the two. So just remember to be true to yourself, and remember that differences are okay, and remember to stay true to yourself. Differences are okay, and also to remember to use your voice and open up that line of communication. Either way, at the end of April, you're going to be stronger for this. All right, pile number 3. I hope that resonates with you. Have a blessed day, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye. Let's go to pile number 4. All right, pile number 4. If you chose this pile, you chose whatever this is. I don't know what it is. My mind was wanting rose quartz, but I don't have any big rose quartz like this, so I just went with the next best thing. So I want to tell you guys 2 things. One, rose quartz means love and healing and that kind of stuff. That's what the purpose is. But this one was also given to me by my best friend of 20 years. And I absolutely love her to death. She is my soul sister. So yeah, it definitely connects well, I believe, with you guys. Okay, let me tell you guys a little story real quick. Because you guys are going to be getting a spirit animal card too from that deck. When I was shuffling that deck, a card jumped out. And I don't usually do jumped out cards with my oracles. I rarely actually do jumped out cards with any kind of shuffle I do, because I'm a very sloppy shuffler, so I don't know if it's actually me or if it's the spirits. Well, your guys' card jumped out, and then it jumped out again. And I checked, it's the same card, okay? And then when I was like, okay, well, I'm just being really sloppy and all of that, I dropped, the whole entire deck was knocked out of my hand. So it's very definitely your card. That's all I gotta say. Okay, so let's go ahead and start. Your first card is the Magician, which the Magician, it's a great card. It means creating positive change with all of your gifts and your abilities. It's a great card. Okay. And the second card, ooh, you guys are learning to stand up for yourself in April. 7 of Wands means standing up for yourself and finding that fire that you got burning in you. That's great. Okay. And then the Sun. This means connection and joy and family gatherings. So without going any further, pile 4. Wow, you guys have got a great month ahead of you in April. So you're realizing, I hiccup, so it's true. Energy's got to go somewhere. You're realizing your full potential. You're realizing that you can make this great change in our world today. And with that also, you're also learning how to stand up for yourself. It's almost like your guys' fire, like your literal inner flame has been lit again. So you're discovering your life purpose. You're discovering that you can make all this positive change in conjunction with learning to stand up for yourself. And there's a lot of joy too in your month of April, pile 4. Okay, so let's go for, yeah, like I said. Okay, so the Ace of Earth means, this means perfection. It means hope. It means using all the resources that you have to make a positive change, which, with this, once again, guys, you guys are going to rock either you're going to rock our world, or you're going to rock your own world. And then, okay, so the 3 of Earth means teamwork is not going according to plan. So in the month of April, you're going to realize that you can make all this change. You're going to stand up for yourself, and you're going to tell people to, the way it is and how you deserve to be treated and and you're going to have all this joy and everything. But at the same time, you're also going to have a little bit of conflict. I feel like it's not going to be that significant. Let's not say significant. Like that earth-shattering. It's just going to be something that's on the back burner. There's going to be that conflict, and you're going to help your team, whether it be your team at work or your family, just learn how to be better team players, basically, is what I'm saying. So to recap, once again, guys, you've got such a great month ahead of you. You realizing that you got all this potential and all this energy, and you're going to create all this change, and you're really going to get the ball rolling. You're going to start standing up for yourself, and you're going to have all this joy and positive connection with family and friends and everything, and there's going to be all that hope and perfection and everything. But at the same time, you're going to have a little bit of conflict. Just a little bit. I don't feel like it's going to be significant, like I said earlier. And actually, I'm feeling like we should read from the book on this one here. Give me just a minute. Because I feel like that's really important. Okay, so 1 of Earth. Okay. Okay, I'm trying to get situated. Making the ace the human body does not mean that humans are the first priority or the center of the universe, although sometimes we act like we do. Rather, it represents that our experience of the world starts with our body. We perceive through our physical senses as well as with our heart and our mind, our instincts and intuition. Everything that exists must be known because we cannot do so otherwise. Everything that exists must be known because we cannot do so otherwise through our own unique experiences. And what we bring to the experience, like an observer watching the subatomic particles, effects and shapes, is what is learned. We cannot separate ourselves from environment no matter how much we behave to the contrary. So, okay, they kind of worded that really weird, but let me sum up what it's saying. This card is realizing that the human body and earth are one. It's realizing that we cannot exist without the earth. It's helping the earth get to the homeostasis, and the earth helping us get to our homeostasis. Okay. The Ace of Earth contains the potential one could hope for. Everything that exists or can exist and is in the Ace. It's the seed of the universe. When this card shows up, it is a gift, a sign that you can make a lot happen with very little. And this is if it's reversed. So you're realizing that you have all this potential and this gift to make the best out of the situation that either we're as a society going through, or that you yourself and your family are going through. it's realizing all of this, and it's almost like it's going like this. You know what I mean? So you're realizing it, and you're realizing the full potential of you and your ability to make positive change, making positive change, and then learning to stand up for yourself. Like, no, we've got to do this. We've got to do this change, or we're screwed otherwise. And that's bringing a lot of joy, but there's also going to be some conflict with that change. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at your oracles. Celebrate differences. So see how completely different people are in there. Don't try to force people to your way of thinking. That's not the way to make positive change. The way to make positive change is to celebrate our differences, yes, and also realize what's best for the greater whole. So don't force people to your way of thinking. Celebrate those differences that you have with everybody else. And then perfect setting. This is your time to shine. See how she's just painting this? It is the perfect time, the perfect place. It's like everything's just lining up for you guys. Like your dice fell perfectly. And then new experiences and possibilities. That makes me think of Guinevere from the Arthurian legends. So with this realization that you're going to have, you're also going to have a bunch of new experiences. Maybe like a promotion at work, or an expansion in your business, you know, or a spiritual awakening. You're going to have a bunch of new experiences and possibilities open for you in April when you realize this. And I just got told I should read you the shadow side. So for the Ace of Earth, the shadow side of this card indicates squandering a gift or refusing to see its value and potential. So you've got this great possibility ahead of you, pile 4, but at the same time, if you deny yourself going on this path, this is all going to change for you. It's going to be the complete opposite. 10 words or less. So don't be afraid to go on this journey to make your world, your society, a better place. Let's go ahead and look at your spirit animal. Yeah, this damn card fell. Okay, so the sea turtle. This means stability. I got it mixed up with another card. So go with the flow. Take this by the reins. Go with the currents and the ebb and the flow of the ocean. Focus. Focus. It's not going to. Let's go ahead and read what this says. Number is that? 8. So this is the animal that will help you through your journey in April. Operating from a stable base is advantageous. If you need help or guidance, ask for it, as you are deeply loved and supported. Delve deeply into the study of something rather than just skimming the surface. So like I was saying with that card, don't hesitate. Don't just go, oh yeah, okay, sure. Delve into it fully. Do not push hard for what you want all the time. Instead, set an intention or direction and steadily flow towards this. Not every journey needs to be difficult and full of drama. So that would go with this too. And also, what else did it say? Steadily flow towards your goal, towards making this positive change. Guys, your April is full of so much positive change, but don't be afraid to do it. Don't be afraid to say yes. Don't be afraid to just go with the currents. Don't resist. Because one way or another, you're going to go there. it's up to you whether or not it's going to be a painful experience or not. Okay, pile number 4, that is all I've got for you today. Thank you for watching, and I hope this resonates with you. Blessed be. Okay, my lovelies, that is all I've got for you for this reading for your upcoming month of April. I hope that resonates with you. Lots of things are going on in April for everybody, but it's important to remember that literally every single reading that I did, it ended on a positive note. So even though you may be feeling like it's gonna be just full of drama and turmoil and everything, it's important for you to remember that even though that may feel like it's the case, it's going to be a great, empowering experience for you. All right, everybody, I'm going to go ahead and go. I hope this resonates with you. If it did, leave a comment below, and I will see you guys later. Have a great day. Be healthy, be safe, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.